And a very important example is this person, Chris Reed. He's a blogger and marketing expert in Singapore, but whenever he appears for speaking appearances or company meetings, he always show up in this. This is called a mohawk hair, right? Like and then with a little bit of red. And how do we understand this kind of hair? Is it like a really personal hairstyle, right? Or is it a personal identity? He himself says that this is his way of distinguishing himself from the rest of marketing executives. I'm sure he's very outstanding with this look. But right now, as of 2020, especially in Singapore, where minority Chinese descendants are dominating a majority Muslim workers from Indonesia and Malaysia, this type of appearance can be a little bit of offensive to some people. And people like him, like in his mind, the inspiration would be something like this. Gilbert Stuart was a painter, an American painter, and he depicted this man, Pyun, but he got the British name Joseph Brent. So he was a loyalist Mohawk leader. Like he approved of the British kings, made in 1786 for Lord Rawdon in England. So here you are going to see this man using that Mohawk headgear, but this is his privilege, and also he is eligible to have this. And without knowing all those symbolic and cultural symbols, just taking the Mohawk hair items and using it in a totally different context, it can be not only problematic, but it's totally inappropriate. But behind all these ideas of far remote and exotic, remote and exotic Asia, the idea of it, all coming from the travels, world tours. So Isabella Stewart Gardner was a traveler to East Asia in the second half of the 19th century. And when she came back, she shared her travel album with others. And without portable cameras at the time, this is a very nice thing to do. They had a camera, but then it's not like a convenient portable camera of these days. So she brought a photographer or a guide, and then they will take pictures for her. And then after she came back, she will create a souvenir album by putting postcard images, some photographs that she took, or her company took, or again, the postcard that she bought, like those kind of things. And then she will put some of those dry leaf and write down, who she met and where she met these people and so forth. So obviously there is this tradition of creating travel albums which emphasize exotic, strange, or a different customs or sceneries from their own. So if you rely on this type of 19th century travelers record, you keep perceiving or consuming Asian culture as something far, remote, strange, and exotic. You don't see many similarities between them, even though as a human culture, you will have about 95% of similarity and 5% of differences. But in this kind of tour album, the whole purpose of it is to show that drastic differences, like the way this woman dressed and this woman seated and serving the tea. It's totally different from the US way or something.